What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, my name is Irene Kathambi and you're welcome to the family. So today I'll be showing you how I make chapatis. Chapati are a type of bread that are a delicacy in Kenya, and I think you are not wrong, the whole of East Africa, at least Tanzania I'm sure, but Uganda and the rest of East African countries I'm also so sure. This was a request from an Kenyan friend and I thought why not post it here. We need all-purpose flour, salt, vegetable oil, water, and you can adjust these quantities while maintaining the ratios. Pour the flour into a bowl. We'll use all the flour, but we'll set aside like 3 tablespoons that I will use later. Then add salt, a 1/4 cup of oil, and rub in that oil into the flour. You could do this for like 2 to 3 minutes. Then add hot water. I forgot to mention that it should be hot water. This really helps to make the chapatis soft. And here I added 1 cup at a time because it was my first time using a real measuring cup. I normally use the normal cups, but you know those cups are not the same size. So I used a 250 ml cup. That's why I said we need 750 ml of water. So I added bit by bit, like 1 cup at a time, but I used a total of 3 cups each to 50 ml. That's a total of 750 ml. Then I'm using a spoon or a wooden spoon. You could also use a spatula, whatever you have, to mix it because the water is hot, so my hands cannot bear that. And I mixed until it cooled enough for me to go in with my hands. Then you go in with your hands and knead the dough until it's well done. I don't know a better term to use, but you'll see what I mean by that. So now the dough is well done, like it's well mixed. So I'm going to cover it with a cling film. You could also use a clean kitchen towel, but I prefer a cling film, and let it sit for like 15 minutes. So at this point, I'll just prepare ingredients for my stew. Yeah. It's been like 15 to 20 minutes, and this is how the dough looks like. I forgot to show this, but as you can see, it's a bit more elastic than it was when I was just done. So I'm going to roll it. Let me just show you how. You can use different techniques to do this. You don't have to do it the same way I'm doing, but I normally roll it like that. On a clean surface. I've cleaned my surfaces. So yeah, to a thickness more or less like this, and then I'll cut it into balls. For 1 kg, I normally make, let's say, 13 to 15 chapatis. They might not be exactly equal, but more or less equal. So I cut those pieces. Here I got 14 of them, and then I put them back to the bowl and cover them with a cling film. I do this so that they don't dry, but if you're not making many, you might not need to do that. Then I'll take one bowl at a time, roll it using a rolling pin, and the flour that we set aside, I'll be using it to dust the surface so that the chapati doesn't stick on the surface. And here I don't really care about the shape because we'll roll this again. So I just roll. Then apply a bit of oil. Here again I will use another 1/4 cup of the oil to do this for all the balls. After that I fold it like this and like that into a ball again. So this is what will give you the layers, and also it makes the chapati soft. So I'll return that into the bowl and continue doing the same until I'm done. So I'm done folding all of them. I'll just keep them aside and still covered with a cling film. And now we'll be rolling as we cook. So again, dust the surface. This, apart from preventing the chapati from sticking on the surface, it also helps with the rolling process, but don't use too much flour. At times I overdo it, but don't use way too much. So far we've used a 1/2 cup of the oil. 1/4 we used it while kneading the dough. We have used another 1/4 to fold the pieces, and now we'll use the remaining 1/2 to cook the chapatis. So in total, a cup or 250 ml of oil is required. So I've already preheated my pan on medium heat. Don't use too high and don't use too low. It should be medium. Because if it's too high, your chapatis will not cook well. They will burn before they cook well inside. And if you use too low, the chapatis will dry. So use medium heat. So here people do it differently. There are those who apply the oil directly on the chapati as it is. But for me, I prefer to cook both sides without oil first and then apply oil and continue cooking. So yeah, you can try both ways and see which one works for you. And for the first chapati, I always grease the pan with just a little bit of oil so that it doesn't stick. But from there, that step is not necessary. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. You cook one side first without oil, and as you can see, I'm rolling on the side so that once this chapati is done, I will have another one to add on the pan. As the other side pre-cooks, I'll apply a bit of oil on the part that has already pre-cooked, and you don't need too much because your chapati already has enough oil. So from there, I'll just let that side cook as I continue rolling more on this side. This is the only time that I'm able to multitask. So after a few seconds, like 30 seconds, I just check to see if it's well done. Yeah, and it is. So I'll apply some oil on the other side and turn it and continue with the process. So normally you're going for that golden brown. You don't want it to be burnt, and also you don't want it to look like it's not cooked. Yeah, and now both sides are done, and I'll just put that on a plate that I had already prepared on this side. As a beginner, you could cook one at a time, like I've just done, but mostly I cook like 5 at a time. So, like, I pre-cook 5 of them without applying the oil, and then I apply the oil as I set them aside. I'll just leave this here so that you can see how I normally do it. That's how I make soft layered chapatis. So easy. Maybe the first time you might feel like it's a lot of work, but with time you get used to it. And for me, especially when I'm alone, I make like a maximum of 6. I only made this much because of this video. And your accompaniment, your stew could be anything. I've realized that of late I'm taking chapatis with beef stew a lot. Yeah, so off to enjoy my chapatis. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.